What's up everybody, and welcome to yet another Angler X video. In this week's video we are demonstrating the flexibility and effectiveness of an overlooked summertime bait that not only catches a lot of fish but also a variety of species. When the conditions are right, this bait will outfish everything else in your tackle arsenal. Stay tuned, I think you're going to love this week's video. Multi-species river fishing with an overlooked summertime bait. Don't go anywhere. Fish. Fish on. Looking for white bass today. White bass bite has been hot. It's a good one. Right by the dam here. These fish are feeding heavily on minnows. Today's video is brought to you by Liquid Willowcat. Go to liquidwillowcat.com to see their full product lineup. Here's one. Just like automatic. Feels like a better one. Good fish. Yo, I'm just throwing a Swedish pimple and just getting it right up in the turbulence of the dam there. We're not quite to the upstream boundary, but we could get a little closer, but the fish seem to be hanging back just a little bit. Essentially all I'm doing is casting it out, and then just as soon as it hits the water, start reeling. And those fish see that bait flying across the surface, and it mimics what they're eating very well. It's about the same size as the bait they're after. One of the beauties of the Swedish pimple is the versatility and the ability to look like a frightened or wounded bait fish. In this video, I'm using two different presentation techniques. The first and most simple is to cast out and start reeling. This technique works especially well for schooling white bass and smallmouth. Get that spoon moving through a school of white bass and you're almost guaranteed to get bit. The second technique is to let the spoon flutter to the bottom, followed by short pops of the rod to impart short, erratic bursts to the spoon. Reeling up slack and rod lifts help maintain contact with the spoon and allow you to detect bites. Fish. Fish on. Looks like a decent one. Tussler. Real tussler. Alright. Oh. Oh. Smallmouth. Should have known. Good Lord. Oh my gosh. He is coughing up minnows like you would not believe. You can see inside his mouth there, but there was like 6 minnows all of a sudden came up. I was just using that Swedish pimple off the bottom. I'm just kind of popping it through there. And we'll pull one of these out. Get him back. That was a fight. Holy cow. His stomach is just packed with those minnows. Here, I'll show you what I mean though. Like this Swedish pimple is like the perfect size for what they're eating. He probably had half a dozen of these just jammed in his mouth. You can see that's like the perfect size, a bait for this type of fishing. Those white bass are eating that same thing. I don't know what they are. It's some kind of shiner. But popping that spoon down there. Nice walleye. So everything's feeding on these minnows. See, you can catch walleyes in there. Nice fish. It's a good 16, 17 incher. Go on the Swedish pimple. Fish. They're good fish. Sorry about the noise. There's a barge locking through. It looks like he's trying to get turned around there. We got another species. You can tell these fish are really keyed in on those minnows. We got channel cat. There you go. Nice fish. You guys can see that barge. He must have got turned the wrong way. He's got her in reverse, just kicking up a ton of water. That's why it's so noisy over here right now. There are many different types of jigging and casting spoons out there that will work for this technique. In this video, I'm using the Baidenack Swedish pimple. The name Swedish pimple comes from the Swedish word pimpla, meaning to jig. It is available in many sizes and colors, so matching the hatch is no issue. The size I'm using today is the 1.5 inch and the 1 3/4 inch versions. They are available in larger sizes up to 4 1/4 inch. Fish. Cracked it. Ooh, this feels like a good fish too. Another catfish. Sheephead. Could be anything. Catching a little everything here today. Sheephead. It's a good one. So let's just recap. We had white bass right up in here on that Swedish pimple. We had smallmouth bass. We had a walleye. We had a channel cat. And now we got a sheephead. Just giving the Swedish pimple little pops, letting it sink to the bottom and just giving it little twitches. Makes it kind of hop up. It looks like a disoriented bait fish. And I'm just kind of watching my line and feeling for a bite. A lot of them I'm not feeling. They're just kind of there, but if you watch your line, you should be able to see it jump when they strike. Where the high vis line comes into play. There we go. Good fish. What do we have? Feels kind of white bass. Nice white bass. And he crushed it. Some white bass up in here. If we can get one to go here. Oh yeah, they're in there now. You guys can see them surfacing up in there or not. Shouldn't take long to get hooked up here. There we go. Good fish. The equipment I'm using to fish these Swedish pimples is Stren high-vis 8-pound gold mono, Fluger spinning reels, and Radcliffe Aspire Series custom spinning rods. These rods are absolutely awesome to fish with and perfect for this style of fishing. Go check them out at radclifferods.com. Hooked up, hooked up. That one slammed it. This, no. My Swedish pimple is gone. Had to have been a pike. Hopefully I brought more. Fish. They are thick in here, guys. Other sheeps. Other sheeps. Fish. Blast to catch, that's for sure. Fish. Good fish. Looks like we got the sheephead dialed. Go. Another sheephead. Man, they hit it hard. Nice thing is you can kind of... There's another one. Oh my gosh. This one is probably not a sheephead. Well, maybe. Almost just casting out, letting that spoon just kind of float back with the current. And it's just hovering. Yeah, it is another sheep's. And the sheep's turned on here. I had a great time catching fish with the Swedish pimple, and you can too. If you find fish keyed in on schooling shiners, give this technique a try and you'll experience its effectiveness. I hope you enjoyed today's video and maybe even learned something. And until next time, thanks for watching.